Is that an X? Is that an O? So Sports Talk? Yeah, let's go.
I got my swag back. Yeah, that's it. I got my swag back. Yeah. We are back. Oh, yeah. Yes, we are. We are back again. XO Sports Talk. Coming back at you one more time. Listen, it's the 3 degrees tonight. You know what? Aaron and Terry, they won't be with us tonight. They had other obligations, but the 3 degrees is here. You know how the band does. You know, they break up, they get back together. The band breaks up again, they get back together. But the 3 degrees tonight, and we're going to bring it home. XO Sports Talk. Let's get it popping, fellas. What's up?
What's up? What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing out there?
What's going on, man? Malcolm, man, it's good to see you, man. Brian,
always good to see you,
man.
Always good to see you.
You know, hey, Brian, man, tell us about those subscribes, man. Tell us how they can connect with us.
Well, we at XO Sports, first of all, we want to give thanks to our viewers and listeners. We currently are streaming.
He's low. Media. I can't hear him.
Okay.
Can't?
Can you hear him?
Turn up the volume, Brian.
Yeah. So we're streaming on all media and podcast platforms.
Higher.
There you go.
Now, am I sounding good?
No? Turn it up a little bit more, Brian, so the people can really hear you, huh?
I don't know what's going on. A little bit more.
That's all right. I turn up your mic just a little bit for him, huh?
Yeah.
Microphone check 1, 2.
Let's see. How about now?
No.
Just a little. I need a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
Goodness. Anyway, you can follow us on all media streaming platforms, and we're currently have our merchandise as well out there.
Yes,
so
sir.
You can click on the link below, and you can pick up a few things. You know, we are definitely promoting, and we are trying to grow as a family, as with us and the viewers as well. So, welcome everybody, and let's see what we can do.
All right. Thank you, Brian. All right. We appreciate that. Well, listen, man, I'm going to start it off tonight, man, once again, in the world of the NHL. Listen, there's a whole lot happening. You know, the NHL starts to heat up this time of year. Players are coming back from injuries. Everybody's preparing themselves for that Stanley Cup run. And right now, for our power rankings this one, I'm going to go with our top 3. We got the Calgary Flames. Listen, they've won 8 out of their last 10 games, and they're hot. They're going to be a tough team. I've been telling everybody this all year. Calgary. The Flames. I'm telling you, they're going to be a tough out when it comes down to the playoffs. Listen, the Colorado Avalanche, they're coming in at second in our power rankings this week. Listen, they got 2 Norris Trophy candidates, so watch out. They're going to be a tough out as well when the playoffs start to roll around. And the Florida Panthers, listen, they just bounced back this week with a pair of wins, and I'm telling you, their offense is looking explosive. They put together a 6-2 win over the Red Wings this week, so watch out for them. And listen, I just want to throw some other hot teams out there that's on the heels of all these other teams. Listen, we talking about the Carolina Hurricanes, Tampa Bay Lightning, and listen, Boston Bruins, I just had to send a shout out to them because my boy Tom at work, that's my man, all right? His Boston Bruins, they're playing some good hockey right now. So, Tom, we're pulling for you, man. That's what's going on in the world of hockey, but stay tuned to the NHL because I'm telling you, it's going to be a good run going down to the Stanley Cup. Woo!
Definitely.
Fellas, baseball is back. Play ball. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm so happy baseball is back, you know.
Yes.
Brian, I just need you to turn that mic up just a little bit louder for me, man, so I can hear you, man. So we talking some hot news. Baseball is back. Malcolm, man, what are you thinking right now about the MLB being back in play and we getting ready to have some baseball, man?
I am ecstatic about baseball coming back. I mean, welcome back, baseball. It's for the fans and everybody to get it back. It's awesome. I mean, they have the rules. They brought back some rules that we had from before. Extra innings will be the regular extra innings. No more adding a man to second base to start the inning. It's no matter what. You get out when you get out. 3 outs is 3 outs. As far as also a great, which we all anticipated this coming, was the universal DH. They had to, because the pitchers were getting hurt swinging the bat. DeGrom hurt his arm swinging the bat last year.
See that?
He's actually one of the good baseball hitters, the pitchers that can hit. He actually one of the good ones. And doubleheaders will no longer be 7 innings. Doubleheaders will be 9 innings, back to the regular 9 innings. So everything that it was before the pandemic and before 2019 will all be the same with natural baseball, as far as how that goes, And believe it or not, the new rules that are coming, they have new rules that they voted on and they're putting back in. Major League Baseball will have bigger bases now. They used to be 15 inches. Now they will be 18 inches. Big square, And
that's a big difference. That's a big difference.
No more shift. No more shift. No defensive
got rid
shift.
of that.
They got rid of defensive shift now. No more defensive shift. And also the coming with a pitch clock. Not this year. All this will happen in 2023. All those new rules will happen in 2023. The pitch clock, they say, cuts the game down 20 minutes on an average. Period. I mean, games are too long. If you're pitching, it's 14 seconds. If nobody's on base, and when somebody's on base, they add another 4 seconds. They'll make it 18 seconds if somebody's on base. So it is what it is, and it speeds up the game. Baseball is the only sport that we know that doesn't have a time clock. Only sport. So we need something. It's like the shot clock, pitch clock, shot clock. They need it in sports.
It definitely helps with the game to speed the game up. Because
like you said, I'm glad that we come back. I mean, so that we can get baseball back to some normalcy. The season will start April 7th instead of the 31st of March. And we also know that one of the biggest days of the season is Jackie Robinson Day, which is on April 15th. We all love that. Shout out to the Robinson family.
Yes,
absolutely. And the baseball for recognizing the Robinson family and Jackie Robinson for that much.
Absolutely.
That's big by MLB. Like I said, as far as baseball goes, let's get it all started. They're in spring training camp. They're ramping it up right now as we speak. They're basically getting it done. So let's hope they get a lot of baseball. The season will be a complete season, 162 games. They'll squeeze it in there, And from what I hear, they brought the schedule down. They used to be playing your Division 19 games. Now you only play your Division 14 games.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I did hear that.
Because they're making you play every team in the league now.
Yes.
From what I hear.
Yes.
Something of the sort. I mean, if it's a National League team, there'll be 3 games there and 3 games our way. There'll be 3 games there and 3 games next year. They'll rotate the years. It's something like that. But either way, they're trying something new with the whole scheduling thing. But they dropped down the division, all division, rivals when they play each other will only play 14 games against each other instead of 19.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Hey, Brian, what do you take right now? How you think your Giants going to be looking this year?
Giants will always be in the thick of things. They're a well-run organization, so they'll be there. How my mic sound? Is it any better?
Still low.
Turn it up just a little bit, man. I just need to hear you. I need to hear you turn it up just a little bit for the people.
Yeah. How about now? Anything?
No. We still having a little technical difficulties there, huh? With our sound, man. You know how it goes. Huh?
Do we need to start it over?
No.
Might be an option.
You want to start it over, B?
We're live and direct.
We're live and direct.
It's live.
We're going to keep on going, Brian. We're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on going. I know you'll get those things, all those kinks worked out, man. We thank you for all that you do, man. That's our sound, man. Give it up for our sound, man, huh, Mr. Brian? Yeah. But I know he loves them Giants. I'm a big-time Dodger fan. I'm happy to see my Dodgers back. I'm happy to see us get back into camp. I'm just hoping that we can get this last piece of the puzzle, and I want my man Freeman from the Braves. I want Freeman. I know some other teams want him too, but Dodgers. open that wallet and give Freeman whatever he wants so he can be in that Dodger lineup to go along with my other crew, Mookie Betts and the boys. So I'm just hoping that happens real soon, huh? So let's see what happens, And most of all, I'm hoping that the players have enough time to really get themselves in game shape. And I know it's going to take some time because they've been away from some of the facilities. They haven't been able to get to some of the equipment like they normally would. So I'm hoping that happens. It's a smooth transition for them, and we don't see a whole lot of injuries this year. The hamstring injuries and rotator cuffs and all of those different things that the players need for special treatment that they get during the off season to prepare themselves for the new and upcoming season. So I'm just hoping that happens real soon. So listen, hey fellas, listen, March Madness is here. Tournament weekend. It's going down. And today is Selection Sunday, both in the men's and women's category of basketball. Listen, there's no better time than March Madness. I don't know what you're doing,
March Madness,
but you need to be tuned in to March Madness because it's happening, and it's happening right now as we speak. Teams are making their final bids to solidify themselves into the tournament. Big shout out to Yale Ivy League school for winning the Ivy League championship. So they're going to be part of that tournament this year. I'm telling you, there's going to be some other surprises. Malcolm, what do you think about some of the top NCAA programs and some of the surprises that you are looking to see make some noise in the tournament?
Well, the number one overall seed, Gonzaga, the Zags, they're going to be doing their thing. I mean, you'll see them probably make it to the Final Four again. They're an excellent team, and they're well coached. I mean, Coach Fuchs is known in the college world as a good coach. What's surprising is Duke is not up top. They lost some real big games the last week.
Yes, they have.
And they lost the tournament. They lost the tournament game.
Yep.
I mean, they've done pretty good as far as how it goes. I mean, let me see. Arizona's a good team. I like Arizona. They're a surprise team. Who else is up top? I'm trying to think right now.
That was my mic.
Not Michigan. Well, believe it or not, Juwan Howard will be coaching Michigan. They said he's back to coach, so that's good news.
But they lost. I don't know if they're gonna get in. I don't know if they got enough to get in to the tournament play.
I don't think they do.
They needed to win that whole conference, but I don't know.
Yeah, my mic's still
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. I love the underdog teams. We know the Zags and all those top teams that are up there, but I'm telling you, there's a few teams I was watching this weekend, and I'm telling you, I believe there's going to be some major upsets in the NCAA bracket, as well as the women's bracket. I think there's going to be some major upsets. So we need to keep our eyes and ears open because like I said, it's March Madness. Mm-hmm. This is what they do, March Madness, and somebody gonna be happy and somebody gonna be mad, But big up to all those teams out there striving and fighting. I mean, because every possession is important in tournament play. So I'm just excited, man. I can't wait to get my popcorn ready. Get the popcorn ready.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, Arizona's one of the great teams up there. Not to cut you off. Course. I mean, of course, Baylor and Auburn's up there. They're doing noise. Making noise.
Oh, absolutely.
Believe it or not, UConn's in the tournament. We know that. UConn's in the tournament. And I remember back in the day when I used to take a day off, depending on what time UConn played. If they played at 2:00 or 3:00. I said, man, I'm taking this day off. I'm not going to waste my time getting off early from work when I want to see the game. I didn't care if it was a first round, second round. Okay. I mean, a big UConn fan. Well, my wife went to UConn, of course, Well,
you talking about the men or the women's, huh? Because both of them got great programs, huh?
I'm a fan of both.
Yes,
I'm truly a fan of both.
I just wanted to clarify that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, just good. And by the way, the women are doing their thing because Paige Buckets is back. Let's mention the women. Back. And we know South Carolina's the overall number one seed. And they're just a great program coached by Dawn Staley, who's an excellent coach. You know, and of course, the whole SEC has great coaches in there anyway. The women basketball coaches have some great coaches over there in the SEC. And But like I said, with UConn doing their thing, you know, being that they joined back to the Big East, of course, everybody keep forgetting that I think, is this their first year back in the Big East?
I want to say yes. I want to say
yes. So they're back in the Big East now, back home where they belong.
Yeah,
even the other schools say the same thing. The Villanovas and all them.
They lost a tough one to Villanova, man.
Yes,
in
that was
the Big East tournament, man. That was a tough loss.
Hey, Villanova outplayed them. Villanova outplayed them in that Big East tournament. So it is what it is, and let's just wish good luck. It's gonna be some great basketball.
It's gonna be great basketball.
Yeah,
great basketball.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah, yes. Brian, how you doing over there, man? Huh?
How's the level? Still low?
Still down.
Yeah. We're waiting for you to turn the mic up.
Keep running.
Turn up the mic. Boom.
Yeah.
Turn up the microphone.
You might have to unplug it in, plug it back in or something.
Turn up the microphone,
hole, I don't know. So I'm trying to figure it out. You guys keep running with it.
Don't worry about it, man. We know you're there, man. Yeah. We know you're there.
But let me say something.
Yeah. Go ahead, Malcolm. Mm-hmm.
To change pace right here. We done with college basketball?
Yes, sir.
To change pace, we have to give a big congratulations, shout out to that man, Eldred Tiger Woods. I mean, This man just joined the Hall of Fame of golf, which is well-deserved.
Tiger, my salute. All right.
and post that. Look at that post right there. That right there. Let me give you what that picture says. He was explaining how when he was young, and because he was, younger, and they had certain clubs, golf courses, and if they said CC on them at, country club, because all the public courses, you can go on, which they didn't allow us as blacks on there. So Tiger Woods, when he played, he used to have to come around the back, or he couldn't change his shoes or his clothes in their locker room. He wasn't allowed in their facility. He had to get dressed out in the car. And this is what he said. When they told him, you can't come in, he said, I put on my shoes in the parking lot and asked the question, 2 questions. Yeah. Question was, where's the first tee? And what was the course record? Because I'm going to break it.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I loved about him.
That's what I'm talking about.
He knew that there was, how they look at us, as far as golf goes back then, that, they had their good old boy clubs and stuff like that. So it is what it is. And I love what the Major Golf did back in the 90s, I think. They said they would not host any PGA sanctioned league games there if they didn't have a black member or a female member. Well, the black member first. The female members came later, Mm-hmm. So there was no way they were going to allow their course to be put into the same light with that when they were basically doing that to black golf players, which it was what it was. They had, like I said, they had the good old boy club back then. So Tiger Woods, big up to him. Congratulations to him. His family gets credit too. His dad, rest his soul.
Oh, absolutely.
Taught him the game, helped him learn the game, and basically pushed it to him and made sure he sacrificed his family, to make sure Tiger got golf. Tiger had to go to a golf lesson or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to join the junior circuit or something like that, which he didn't know. His family took out a second mortgage so he can join the junior circuit.
That's commitment. That's commitment. And it's all paid off, as we know.
Yes, and he said his first check that he got from Nike and he got from Titleist, he took that check and paid off his mom's house.
Beautiful.
He said the first thing I did was pay off my mom's house. Beautiful. I said, wow, that's what you're supposed to do, But congratulations to Tiger Woods.
Congratulations,
Tiger Woods,
Tiger.
y'all.
We love you, Tiger. Yes. Always been one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of Tiger Woods.
Yes.
Just to see him get his honor when his honor's due is just an amazing.
The man had 2 back surgeries and knee surgeries and still came back and won the last Master that he won. Listen, you don't realize the pain that man was in. Hey,
exactly.
Two back surgeries.
Yeah. 2.
And no, that ain't easy.
No.
That's when you come back and you say, I got my swag back. Well, listen, Malcolm, I want to jump over and listen. I don't know if everybody remembers. But I know we all know. But the NFL Combine just passed us, and I was just telling Brian and Aaron and Terry, who's not with us today, I think some players that really showed out at the NFL Combine with their 40 times maybe have raised their stock in the NFL upcoming draft here in April next month. So I always say, that combine can make you or it can break you. There are some players that go into the combine with high expectations and they don't fare as well. And then there's some players that come out of nowhere and they just blow you away with the 40 times and the agility drills, and just seeing some of those players stock on the rise right now. But I want to send a shout out to my man, Jordan Davis from Georgia. This man is about 6'4", 6'5", 340 pounds, and he ran like a 4.7 in the 40. That's just
incredible.
Incredible. So I know they had him like according to the last stocks I saw him on the board. He was in the teens. I think he's in the top 10 right now, because I don't think you pass up that kind of talent or a human being that size that can move that fast. That's incredible.
Yeah,
I have no problem with that. But at his position, he's not going to need to run the ball. All he's going to need is do block.
But it's just amazing to see a man that size. But he's one of the top. He's one of the top defensive tackles in the game right now. To see him play in the championship game, he's just incredible. We can hear you a little bit, Brian. Just turn it up just a little bit more.
That speed, you think that he could be able to play inside or outside?
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, and he's going to dominate.
Yeah.
He's going to dominate on the D line. I mean, he's going to dominate. And I just, wow. I see him in the top 10 right now. So we'll see what happens with that pick, where teams really view his talent at and where they view his skills. But he's a massive mountain of a man. And I wouldn't want to block him every Sunday.
I would agree with that.
One thing I learned, you can't teach speed. That's one thing you can't do.
Absolutely.
And people stock raised from speed, but they ain't got no hands. They ain't got no skill work. But you say it's your team job to teach that man the fundamentals he needs to get better in the NFL. Nobody gets better overnight in the NFL. I mean, there's special talent that come in and, I ain't going to say dominate, and play well.
Sure.
There's special talent rookies that come in and do their job. You get those are just a handful. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get a total of those in the first round. Like you said, you just got to make, like I tell people all the time, it ain't what you do in the first round that makes your team. It's what you do in that second, third, and fourth round.
Oh, absolutely.
Where those players become starters and perennial all-pros.
Absolutely.
Those are the steals of the draft. Those are the ones that makes your team from a good team to a contending team and maybe sometime a championship team.
Yep.
And also, Malcolm, just to add to this, you're telling you and Brian both, when you look at the draft now, we see some talent that's just people, like I said, people are skyrocketing up the board right now.
Yes.
Guys that were going to be third round picks have probably moved themselves into second round. Guys that were low first rounds have probably moved themselves into high first round picks or first round pick considerations. Mm-hmm. And it's just incredible because now we also deal in the world of the cap casualties in the NFL. And now you may feel as an organization, I can let this guy go because I see where I can replace him with this edge rusher or this linebacker or this wide receiver or this O-lineman. I think right now, and that's what I love so much about the Combine, letting these players showcase their skills. Because now as an organization, I can make some major decisions. And as we've seen over the past couple of weeks, and you're going to see more of what we call the cap casualties, players that are on rosters and they have a major cap hit, and we need to get rid of some of that money or move some money around or just release that player or go after somebody in the draft to replace him.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to what this draft and also the NFL Combine with those players showcasing their skills is going to be able to do for us.
And before you guys go on, I want to give a shout out to Debbie, who's in the house.
Hey, Debbie,
that's one of our followers.
Thanks, Debbie.
Thank you so much, Deb. We appreciate you being a great listener and a great supporter of XO Sports Talk. Yeah. Tell all your family and friends about us.
How's the mic?
We appreciate that. We appreciate everybody that tunes in.
Check 2.
Check 1, check 2. We're still waiting on you. How about that?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Check 1, check 2.
Right.
We're still waiting on you.
Keep going. Keep rocking it. Keep rocking it.
All right.
No doubt.
He told us to push forward. So Malcolm, with that being said, let's jump into the NFL.
Yes.
And there's been some major movement all around, both with new contracts. Malcolm, how about we start with the Aaron Rodgers contract? Let's go with that new deal he just signed or is soon to sign.
It's a deal for $153 million guaranteed that can go up to $200 million for 4 years. So he's basically getting $50 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He basically made them say, "Put your money where your mouth is. You're playing with us." What that says for Jordan Love, that says Jordan Love, you may be looking at being traded somewhere because I don't know what your worth is worth because Aaron Rodgers will be there for the next 3 years guaranteed.
Yeah.
So you're going to be sitting on the bench waiting. And waiting.
And you know something, Malcolm, speaking of Jordan Love, I remember that game he started there in Green Bay, but they put his mom in the nosebleed seat.
Yes,
I couldn't understand that. Like, your son is making his
wasn't that an away game?
Start.
No, it was a home game.
And I think that was a home game.
Okay.
And they put his mom in the nosebleed seats. Come on, organization.
But
y'all gotta.
He also has the options to purchase her ticket on, Ticketmaster or SeatGeek and get her better tickets and pay for it. So if those tickets up there were free, he can't complain.
Listen. Somebody
said,
listen, we're not going to let your mom sit up there.
Aaron Rodgers' mom ain't going to sit up there.
She can come to the, like at least the lower tier, one of those. I mean, I'm not saying you had to put her in the suite, but, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, bro.
Yeah.
But with that being said, Malcolm, like you said, Jordan Love, I don't know where his future lies with the Green Bay Packers.
Not there.
I thought he was a phenomenal talent coming out of college, and I think he still has the skill set to be an NFL quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like you're saying, you're playing in front of Aaron Rodgers, or Aaron Rodgers is playing in front of you, and you have to wait your turn. And let's remember, and I'll say this. Aaron Rodgers had to sit behind Brett Favre, and we seen what he's turned out.
Not for 6 years.
Yeah, but
yeah, that's a little bit different.
It was about 4 years, something like that.
About 3.
About 3 years.
About 2 or 3, maybe.
But just think, Malcolm. Just think about this, and Brian. Think about everything he's learning. Watching one of the greatest quarterbacks to play this game every day in practice. He's watching this guy, Aaron Rodgers, go in, how he prepares. I know.
That don't help me. That don't help me.
Listen, man, but he's putting it all together.
That don't give me my $40 million.
He's gonna know what to do when he gets out there, huh?
It's one thing to see somebody else do it, and somebody of Aaron Rodgers' caliber.
Okay.
Who's just a good quarterback and reads defense and just talented with the touch and everything. Everybody can't do what Aaron Rodgers do.
This is true.
Okay. Well, everybody can't do what Tom Brady does.
Like you said, hopefully this is a learning experience so he can pick up pointers. He can
learn what not to do. That's the key. What not to do. Because if he do it, he's gone.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to give Jordan Love some love because I think he still has a future in the NFL. Oh, man. But listen, big ups to Aaron Rodgers. He got his money, whatever Aaron Rodgers wants, Aaron Rodgers gets,
the bag.
So,
that's
just what it is. Huh?
He got the bag.
Yeah.
But listen, did Russell Wilson to Denver blow you away, Malcolm?
Yes.
How did you see that coming? I think we touched on, some of the possibilities of Russell going to another franchise, but this one kind of just snuck up on us and hit us in the jaw. Ooh. Russell.
There it is right there.
With all of those picks. And I love draft capital. So
they gave up a lot. They gave up a lot. I'm telling you. First of all, they gave up Drew Lock, Noah Fant, tight end, and they gave up Shelby Harris. And then they gave up 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Not 1, 2 second-round picks.
2 second-round.
And a 5th and a 4th.
And a 4th.
And a 4th. Yep.
That's
a 4th that goes back to Seattle. Seattle. Seattle basically ka-ching this one. Ka-ching. Because right now, Drew Lock is just going to be a
serviceable
until they find
quarterback.
Yep. From what I hear, not to get off topic too soon, Deshaun Watson is who they're going after.
That's the rumor.
They're going after him. He just been cleared. All his charges. He will not do any type of jail time or he will not be sentenced or be prosecuted for anything.
Exactly.
He's been done. So he's clear with he's clear with the law officers. In other words,
exactly.
He's clear with the law, but that doesn't stop civil suit. So civil suit's going to be there, and he will be suspended because if Big Ben got 6 games for whatever detrimental to the league, and of course Zeke got 6 games for whatever detrimental to the league. They call
the league, exactly.
The league, the shield.
Got to protect the shield.
Not a doubt that Deshaun Watson will get 6 games.
Yes,
hands down. But teams are still going after him. I mean, I can't beat Carolina up either. Carolina's going after him too. Back on Russell.
Yeah.
Denver, we know they got a good quarterback. One of the best quarterbacks in the league. We know that. The key is what can they do with him? That's the key. They got a good, talented young team, young nucleus over there. We all know that. And we know the guy, he can play, and he can get people in the game. The key is what they're going to do with it. They basically swinging for the fences right now. They took it, we're going for it all right now.
We're going for it all.
Going for it all right now. So
say that.
It is what it is. I mean, you got to give Denver their credit, and you got to give Seattle their credit because they say we'll take all of that and then some.
All of that and then some.
So great job,
Malcolm. I have to agree with you 100%. And Brian, I don't know if you agree with me, but Seattle, I think they really held them hostage for all those picks. It kind of reminded me of the Herschel Walker trade when Herschel was traded to Minnesota Vikings, and the Cowboys started, got all those picks from them way back in the 90s or 1989. So
that was a great job.
I haven't seen anything like this since then. So I think it works out for both teams, Malcolm, like you said. Denver's like, we're all in to win now. We think we have some other talent around that we can put around Russell that's going to be able to help our team get over the hump because I think they feel that confident in his ability. And he is a good quarterback. He has been for some time. But now when you think about Seattle and all that draft capital that they just gained, I think it's going to help them as well. Because they have
don't mean nothing. You don't pick the right players.
Well, this is true. This is true. So you also mentioned Deshaun Watson may come into play, and like I said, they have a serviceable quarterback with Luck in place for now. Drew Lock. I'm sorry, Drew Lock. To have him in place for now until you either find that franchise quarterback, which everybody's looking for, as Bill Parcells said, well, if there was a number $1-800 quarterback, everybody would be on the phone. But we know how important the quarterback position is. So we're going to see what Seattle can do with all that draft capital because they can use a bevy of those picks to trade for, maybe Deshaun Watson or somebody else that they like. So stay tuned because, as they say, it ain't over.
Well, let me ask you guys a question.
We'll see what happens with that. Well,
go ahead, B.
With the price tag, what Wilson got, what do you see the price tag being for Deshaun?
They already said it's going to be at least 3 number ones. They're not even coming short of that because he's cleared all the allegations as far as law goes. As far as going to jail or going to court, he doesn't have to do that no more. So they're looking for 3 number ones, and whoever gives it up got to pay that man $40 million a year for the next 4 or 5 years.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But, I mean, his skill set, we know what he can do on the football field. I don't think anyone's ever questioned his ability. And his ceiling is still very high. He's a young man. And as you see now, quarterbacks are playing until their late 30s and early 40s, a la Tom Brady. So I think making that move for him can solidify your football team. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. It's It's that time of year, as they say. In the NFL, you're trying to improve your football team 365 days a year. So you're looking at waiver wires, the draft, free agency, trades, anything you can do to solidify your football team. That's what it's all about. So a lot of these GMs are going to be very busy, I think, trying to get under the cap. So there's a lot of cap situations with a lot of teams right now. And they have some players on their roster that they have to make some decisions about. So we're going to see a lot of players get released within the next coming weeks. And we're going to see some players' contracts get restructured and so on and so forth. So stay tuned. It's going to be a frenzy in the NFL.
Definitely.
And how about that Carson Wentz move? What'd you think about that, Malcolm?
That was a smart move by Indianapolis. Get rid of a loser. Because they don't want nothing to do with them. They proved that and said, we'll just take 2 number 3s off your hand. If you give it to us, just throw it at us.
Okay.
Because he ain't saving this franchise for sure, especially when he lost to the Jaguars in the last game of the season when they were the worst team in football.
The Jaguars. The Jaguars.
I mean, they said, what can we do for you? We gave you a good offensive line. We gave you a great running back. We gave you a good defense. And you still couldn't get us to the playoffs?
Yeah. Playoffs?
And we gave up a number 1.
Playoffs?
Yeah, they said, and we gave up a number 1 for you? A number 1? Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's pretty bad.
They went, bye.
Oh, my
They couldn't get rid of them fast enough. They said, Washington, y'all can have them. They said, you'll see what we're talking about. You're going to have them.
Yeah. And what was wild
they said,
about
I don't care what the stats are like. He ain't the winner.
Oh, my goodness. Brian, what did you think about that trade, Carson Wentz trade?
You kind of saw it coming. What I found was wild about it was, like Malcolm said, that he had everything. He had an offensive line. He had a good running back. And he had to just beat Jacksonville. And he couldn't do that. And the coach that brought him there thought he can do something with him, wanted him. And he's the same one, get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. So, you saw that coming. And now if they get Jimmy G, I don't know what they do. I think they're right back in the same boat, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, I don't think we've seen the end of all the trades and all the different things that's going to happen before the start of training camps for NFL teams. So there's so many rumors out there right now. We got to see how the draft unfolds.
Draft day trades.
Draft day trades.
Because they don't want to give up. They don't want to give up what they're doing. See, what I'm saying with draft day trades, they want to make sure they can get their pick or the person's going to fall to them before they announce that this trade is basically etched in stone. If there's a trade out in the first round, they just want to make sure it maneuvers right. You know what I mean?
Of course.
They don't know what rich will come into play day of the trade or 2 days before the trade.
Of course. Absolutely.
There'll be draft day trades.
So that's so fellas, what y'all think about Khalil Mack? That trade. That was big.
Yeah. Big move for San Diego. Here we go again. LA Chargers.
The LA Chargers.
Big move. Big move. They got a set of bookend rushers, pass rushers, who goes after 100%, who basically they run like their hair's on fire. I mean, I don't think Khalil Mack has any hair, but my point is, they go after the quarterback. They're great outside linebackers and they do their job. So I understand the Chargers are going for it right now.
Yes.
Like we got this quarterback and this small getting paid rookie money.
Yes.
And he's good enough to win it. Yes. We got to take advantage of it now before we have to pay him $40 million.
Or $50 million.
Or $50 million.
By then it'll be $50 million. Yeah.
I got a question. You think they're going to put a cap on these quarterbacks? Because, that's destroying franchises, man. I mean, I'm saying destroying them.
That happened.
The cap trying to get a hit. The mid-level people are going to get basically taken out. It's always the middleman, the middle class that always suffer.
Yeah.
Always the middle class. The lower class never suffer. And the higher class gets theirs, the stars get theirs. It's always the middle class that suffers, even in life. Hey, tell me about it.
Yeah. Oh no, Malcolm, I think you're so right, and Brian, I'm sure you'll agree with me. I think it's just the way the NFL is set up. The quarterback is always going to make the most money.
Yep,
he's the most storied.
I don't have a problem with that
player on the field. I think That's who you come into that stadium to see. And that's why they're most of the time they're the number one pick in every draft, because everybody's trying to solidify that quarterback position so that they can have a franchise quarterback going forward for the next 10, 15, let's go Tom Brady again, 20 years, in this league, if you're able to stay healthy. So we just going to have to wait and see. But Khalil Mack and Bosa coming at you off the end as top edge rushers, that's just going to be amazing for offensive lines or just trying to block them. I don't know who do you double? Who do you double? Are you leaving a tight end, running back in to chip them every week? I don't know, but great move for the Chargers.
Yeah.
And just seeing some of the other things going on around there. We saw, I hate to say it, my boy Amari Cooper was traded to the Cleveland Browns. Brian, what you think about Amari going to the Cleveland Browns, hooking up with Baker Mayfield?
I don't think it's going to do anything. I think Baker is Baker. Cooper, I don't see as a big step up from what Odell was. I think they are both serviceable. Well, both good, I should say. So I don't see Baker doing anything more than what he did last year. Well, Cooper. And I thought it was a good move for the Cowboys to get rid of some of that money. I think some other players can step up in that place. So it was a good move for the Cowboys.
All right. No, I agree. Malcolm, what are your thoughts on that Cooper to the Cleveland Browns trade from our boys, the Dallas Cowboys?
I said it when he signed that contract, that he would never see the fourth year of that contract, that he will never see that $20 million. I don't care what they say, because he's not that type of player. He's a good route runner, excellent route runner.
Yes.
And he's efficient with his hands and everything. He's got good hands, and his speed is serviceable. I mean, the guy's just a good receiver. But is he a $20 million receiver? Hold on. Cooper Kupp's a $20 million receiver, okay?
Absolutely.
All right? I mean, everybody says, well, he's get all the double teams. So does Cooper Kupp, but he still finds a way to get open, okay?
Finds a way to get open.
I mean, Devontae Adams, $20 million receiver, okay?
Finds a way to get open.
I mean, my thing is, I knew he would never see that $20 million, at least not from the Cowboys. You'll see it from Cleveland, but he ain't going to see it from the Cowboys. The key is they had to make that move because they were going to release him. Had no choice. They got something. They got a fifth and a sixth round.
Yep.
And they basically swapped 6 rounds, meaning that they moved up in the 6th round.
Exactly.
And gave Cleveland their 6th round. And don't forget, Cleveland was 8-9 last year.
Yeah.
So that record helped. So they moved up. They got 2 5th rounds and that they're using, and they moved up in the 5th round to where they were at their regular spot. And they may use it as trade capital.
Yes.
I mean, I heard a rumor. They're trying to get Xavier Howard from Miami. Lyle Collins.
Yes. That's actively going on right now as we speak.
My son said, "Be careful because it may be a rumor instead of with the check on the Twitters." He says, "Make sure you check your Twitters." He says, "Double check it, Dad, because I understand in talks or whatever." And the Cowboys will get back a 3rd and give them a 5th.
Yep. I did hear something like that. Yes.
So, but I'll take Xavier Howard. I won't lie. He's a good player.
There's about 6 teams interested in Lyle Collins right now.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens. But just to piggyback off of what both you and Brian were saying, Malcolm, I think the Cowboys had to do something with Amari Cooper's contract. $20 million. That's a lot of money for a receiver. You need to be a 1,200-yard receiver, guaranteed every year at least.
1,400 minimum.
I think he had about 800 yards this year, somewhere in that neighborhood. And when we got to the big game, Amari, I'm sorry, you didn't show up and show out.
Disappeared.
That's what $20 million receivers do. They show up and they show out. And Jerry Jones said something very interesting after that game. He basically said, $20 million receivers should know how to get open, because other $20 million receivers, they find a way to get open. So I knew right then that Amari Cooper's days were numbered here in Dallas. So
what they're doing, they're getting rid of the headaches from last year, because Cooper had COVID and he wasn't vaccinated.
Yeah.
And Lyle Collins had his problem with the whole the failed piss cup and everything,
man.
you know.
Yeah,
and he missed 6 games. So they're like, either you're committed or you're not. You know. So the people that weren't committed, Cowboys saying goodbye.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't be surprised to see Connor Williams going too, because he had too many penalties.
Oh man, he's got to go.
Yeah,
he's got to go. I don't care where he goes. He can go to Amazon if he wants. You know, I don't care where he goes. Just go. But Malcolm, you know what's interesting? I heard of a player named Calvin Ridley.
Yes,
spent $1,500 on his team, but he lost $11 million. You spent $1,500 and you lost $11 million.
The reason why he lost $11 million because
I don't like the math on that, Malcolm. What are your thoughts?
It's terrible math. First of all, he's going to lose $11 million because he won't be here next year. He will be out of the league for the entire 2022 season for betting.
Won't be around next year.
Won't be around next year. So he will not be there because he bet on football. It's one thing to bet on baseball, basketball, whatever. Do you? But you're using your phone, the mobile link that's attached to licensed football. They're not going to figure that out. How about saying to your boys, yo, bet this, take $1,500. You bet it. We win. I give you a piece. You know, but at least you bet it on your site, not mine. We're not betting on my phone, or we're not using my connection, because you shouldn't be betting on football at all. If you're a football athlete, you can pay. So yeah, he's going to lose $11 million because of that.
$11 million.
And then
$11 million.
And that was a bonehead. And not only did he bet, didn't he bet on the game that, or his teams, or the games that he will be playing in?
No. He wasn't playing at the time. He was hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt. But he was betting on his team. He
was out on injury. He was out for that, not hurt. He was out during that mental break or that mental.
Yeah. He needed some time away from football.
Time. Okay. And we talked about that, saying, you know, we understand people with their mental issues. He had mental issues. So he wanted to make sure his head was right.
Away.
Well, time away from the game. And he better he get better in the game, but he can't play the game.
Right.
Either way.
So I decided to bring that up, Malcolm, man. I'm telling you that $11 million, that's gonna hurt, man. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I don't think I want them odds. I don't want them odds.
No, I don't like them odds.
Don't like them odds at all.
No.
But listen, man, just moving on over to the NBA, man. I know we're trying to get ready for playoffs. Teams are positioning themselves for that final push. Teams are positioning themselves for the playoff play-in, as my Lakers are trying to do. But I saw my boy LeBron put up 50 twice already. I think he might score 60 tonight. Brian, what are your thoughts on where the NBA is right now? Seeing some of the hot teams like the Celtics playing really well right now.
Yep.
What are some of your thoughts on where the NBA is as we get into these final games of the season and teams are trying to position themselves for the playoff push?
Well, you're getting to see that the NBA is into the sprint, 100-yard dash right now. You got teams that are all bunched up together in the East. 3-game swing or something could just swing that pendulum. The West, everybody's jockeying around, and even the playoff bubble, the play-in situation. I thought I had my reservations about it when they first came out with it, but now I actually like it because it makes teams play even down at the bottom.
Even down at the bottom, yes.
You're not just saying, oh, I'm in this spot and I'm good, I don't care. Nope. You got to play hard all the way through the whole season. So watching this is good to see if the Lakers can get in, or if they're on that cusp right now. I think the Pelicans, I believe, are right there with the Lakers fighting.
Yes, the Pelicans as well, yes.
Yeah, so just to see if they can get in, the Lakers. And on the East, you got the Knicks trying to fight. I don't know why they're trying to fight. They should be tanking. So that's I don't understand.
Tanking.
Yeah, but
you got to play to the end, man. You got to play to the end.
But they lost today, so they still find a way to lose in the fourth quarter. That's the Knicks. That's the way it go. But I'm loving it. It's excitement right now.
Hey, man, great. Malcolm, with less than 2 minutes, if you can give us just your thoughts on that whole Ben Simmons returning to Philly this past week to return after being traded, and we didn't see James Harden in that game. What are your thoughts, Malcolm?
Oh, James Harden was there. He just didn't play well.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, He stunk that game. Ben Simmons sat on the sidelines and basically laughed about it. The fans were heckling him all day. They were saying, F Ben Simmons. They was giving him the business. They don't get that good old Philly cheer, that brotherly love. They were giving him that brotherly love from Philly. That's what they were doing.
Oh, man. Yeah,
they said they was doing all they had to do for Philly. But I tell you what, Durant came to ball. Kyrie came to ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they said, we taking it to him. But, it is what it is. Ben Simmons ain't returned to me until he returns on the court.
All right. Well, we're gonna see it real soon. I'm hoping, man.
We need it.
Because we coming down to the wire and teams are getting ready.
Yeah.
So fellas, listen, man. I want to thank everybody, man. I miss my dudes, man. Aaron and Terry. Hopefully they're gonna be back with us next week. I hope they didn't want to start their solo careers yet, man, because you know how when I said when the band breaks up, everybody wants to go start a solo career, Hopefully they'll come back with us. Maybe they're out somewhere getting a little corned beef and cabbage. I think that's what it is. Some corned beef and cabbage, huh? So listen, we want to thank everybody again for tuning in to XO Sports Talk this week. We hope to see you again next week. And we want to let you know, I got my swagger back. Folks, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Come and see us again next week. We're going to have the whole band back together. I don't care what we got to do. We're going to have the whole band back together, and we're going to have them all here next week. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time real soon. Brian, Malcolm, I'll see you, brothers.
Everybody,
Peace.
take care.
Peace. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right.